All right, it's David here with Doggone Problems for one of our Get to Know the Trainer interviews. Today we are here with Lidia Boghean, one of our puppy class trainer extraordinaire. How you doing, Lidia?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for sitting down, taking the time. Now you're a two-time Doggone Problem, is that correct?
I am.
All right. Now you started in 2018 while you were at UNO, and what were you studying at UNO?
So I was studying for my master's in psychology with a concentration in neuroscience and behavior, and my research concentrated on the dog-owner bond and also the hormones at play in there and how genetics influence other issues as well.
Very interesting. How did the study turn out? What did you learn?
So my main study looked at how early life stress, like being from a puppy mill, how that affects dogs later in life. So we looked at epigenetic changes and also hormonal changes in those dogs. And we found that there is a genetic difference in those dogs that experience early life stress. They have a higher stress response later on in life, and they also attach more insecurely to their owners than dogs that didn't come from a stressful situation.
So dogs from a puppy mill are almost desperately bond to their guardians a little bit more?
Yeah, so we see an insecure attachment instead of a secure one. So a lot of the dogs will latch onto the owner after they've left and aren't able to go explore the environment. They aren't able to calm themselves down, essentially. They're using the owner as a way to calm themselves down instead of doing it themselves.
So like separation anxiety, a lot of forms of anxiety for those puppies.
Yeah, exactly.
Another illustration why we should never get a dog from a puppy mill or buy it from a pet store, because they come from puppy mills.
Exactly.
I have rescued some dogs from puppy mills, and they were a horrible situation. Now, did you end up graduating from UNO?
I did. I graduated last year with my master's in psychology with neuroscience and behavior.
Very cool. You were probably very overqualified to be a puppy class instructor. What brought you back to DGP?
So I switched after my master's. I am now in a PhD program for cancer biology, but I just really missed having dogs in my life. You know, I was used to having those dogs that I was researching, always reading on that literature, and then I just missed it. So now I'm back and happy to teach some puppies and have some fun.
Well, we are very happy to have you. I always say she's the best puppy class instructor we've ever had, and we have a really good puppy class instructor. Nothing wrong against our other instructors, but Lidia really is a natural at it, and I would put her up against just about anybody anywhere. So testament to your craft. We get a lot of good feedback from people that really do enjoy your class, and it's wonderful to see how well you connect not only with the dog but with the guardian. You can tell that you're having fun. People tell us that you're kind of enthusiastic for. You create some enthusiasm for them, and have calmed down several people who are about to go crazy with their crazy puppies. What's different the second time around here at DGP?
I think things are a lot more streamlined, a lot more organized. I love how every class is exactly what we're going over today. We've added a bunch of new curriculum. We've also added new mini lessons in there, plus the drip campaigns that are going out through email that we can cover so much more information that we couldn't before. So I think they were great before, but now they're way better, and it's awesome to see that progression.
I agree. One of the things I think that's awesome about Lidia is when I was teaching puppy classes, the mutual friend Sam, who actually introduced me to Lidia, who's was helping out with teaching puppy classes, and then Sam started doing in-home sessions. Lidia joined us, and I remember the way that I remember it, and we always probably remember things a little bit differently, but was that we teach two classes back to back. I taught the first class, and Lidia, I said, "You want to take her second class?" And she said almost exactly word for word. I mean, just watching and then observing it, she is really a testament to how smart you are and how well you pick things up. And now that she's been doing this for, at this point, probably close to about 2 years teaching puppy classes, I mean, it's just gone better and better. So we just couldn't be happier with Lidia. What's your favorite part of teaching puppy classes?
I love the aha light bulb moment that people have, that you go over something in class and then suddenly they're like, oh, that makes so much sense. You know, like I never thought about it that way before, but of course it makes sense that way. You get a lot of those, especially when you're talking about things like petting with a purpose, or like, why is your dog doing this behavior? Think about that. And a lot of people are like, I just never thought of training my dog that way. So I love that moment. I
like to say that we are dog translators, so definitely some of that going on. When did you first know that you loved dogs and wanted to work with dogs?
When I was a kid, I grew up with my dad as a veterinarian, so always had animals all around me. Never had my own dog, and every Christmas, every birthday, I want a dog, I want a dog. I never actually got a puppy, but I eventually wanted to become a veterinarian like my dad, and realized that I was way more interested in animal behavior than medicine, so that's why I pursued that degree at UNO. So yeah, from a very young age, I knew I love dogs and animal behavior.
Inspired by Dad. What's Dad's name?
Marin.
Marin?
Yeah.
And what's Mom's name?
Zina.
So Marin and Zina, thank you very much for loaning us your Lydia. You did a very awesome job. She's a wonderful addition to our team. I hear you're getting a dog.
I am. So our mutual friend Sam is a breeder for Russian toy terriers, and next month I get my first very own dog. Her name is Ruka, and I'm very excited.
Very cool. And how big is Ruka?
She's only 5.5 pounds.
So you were thinking at one point about getting a puppy, and then just kind of the universal line for.
Yeah. After teaching puppy classes, I can definitely say they're a lot of work, and I'm happy to have an older dog to kind of be more mellow.
Pass through, yeah, very good. Well, if you got a puppy, I'm sure we'll be in the best of hands. What's your favorite thing about teaching puppy classes?
I like the enthusiasm that people get when you teach them a new skill and their puppy gets it the first time, right? So they're like, oh, my dog's not going to get that. And then after a few times of being patient, like, they did it. You know, they were super excited. Like, my dog's not going to lay down. And we've tried it at home a million times, and we show them all the different methods to do it. And they finally get it, and the owners get excited because they taught their puppies that.
You can see that grin under their mask.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most common puppy problem that you see in puppy class?
Jumping or barking for attention. I'd say those are the most common in puppy class, and then people always complain about chewing and nipping. That's
Sure.
the most common ones at home.
What do you find are the most common human problem in puppy class?
Manipulating their puppies too much. I see that a lot where people like pull their puppy a certain way, or they'll try to put their puppy down or pushing their puppy's butt down by like making them to sit, or I think we manhandle our dogs a lot, kind of direct them instead of asking for them to do something.
Sure. What advice do you have for puppy class parents or people watching this video to help with their puppies?
Start early and be consistent. I think that's the biggest thing, is that puppies will try to test every person in the family to push their boundaries, and if you're not consistent across the board, there's going to be people in the family that the puppy listens to and other people that they don't, but if you keep it consistent, then every new person they meet, they're not going to start to choose.
All right. Do you have a most memorable puppy so far?
I'd say 2 out of this second round of being here. We've got Finn, the mini golden doodle, and Luna, the corgi. They were like the shyest puppies the first couple of weeks, and then they found each other, and now they've taken all 3 classes together, and now every class they go straight for each other, lay down, and just wrestle and ignore everybody else. Nobody else exists except them. So that was great to see them come out of their shell.
Puppy soulmates.
Yes.
What's the funniest thing you've seen in puppy classes?
I've seen a dog leap over. We have those little stairs. They leap over the entire one. Like, I would have never guessed that you could make it over the entire thing. Or teaching puppies how to go down the slide. That's pretty funny. There's some that just get it right away, and you wouldn't have expected it.
Very cool. Lydia, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you very much for taking the time. If you have a puppy, Lydia and we have a couple other instructors who are available, and we really appreciate you taking the time to get to know Lydia a little bit better. If you're looking for more information, you can find her biography on doggoneproblems.com, or get a puppy and enroll in her puppy classes, and you can see her firsthand and in person. Well, I'm David with Doggone Problems, here with Lydia, our puppy class instructor. Remember, everything you do trains your dog and your puppy, only sometimes you mean it.